Last time on Will Save, our group was ambushed by mysterious robots that descended from the ceiling. While the robots had the element of surprise, they quickly found themselves surrounded and overwhelmed by our companions. After the battle, the group tried once more to figure out where they were, but no one came closer to the truth until they remembered the flashing symbols on a broken screen controlling the door. It was at that moment when Heerz and Nico hot-wired the door control while Dr. OK mimicked the flashing symbols. The combination was enough to hiss open the door. What's on the other side? Find out this time on Will Save.
Can I tell a story?
Sure.
Cool.
Why do you look at me when you say it? I don't like where this is going to go.
Oh, man. I feel like this has happened before, where I've started and been like, can I say something? And then Kev's like...
Every time.
Yeah,
it's
true.
always targeted, and then I feel...
He always looks directly at Kev.
Kev,
I do.
No matter who says it, though, whenever someone says, can I tell a story? You're like, I don't like where this is going.
Oh, is that why? You brought it on yourself.
But when John looks me in the eye as he's saying it, it just makes it that much worse.
Because you hate stories.
I hate stories.
You hate stories.
I love to
He
tell
doesn't
them.
like anecdotes.
You love to tell him, you
I
haven't.
don't want to be the other end of it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, it's going to happen.
Okay,
Just
look,
close
so
your
Kev-
I want
eyes
to hear
and-
the story.
So Kev is like, hey, I'm going to pick you up
Okay.
and come to this session. I was like, great, cool.
Oh, this story.
And then he bugs me when I get there. He's like, where are you? Status. What's going on? This is all via text. And I was like, you're the worst Lyft driver ever.
Wait, let's give some context.
And then
John wants to know when I'm going to arrive.
Hold on.
No, John wants to know when I'm going to arrive.
Oh my god, you really do hate stories. Let the man
I'm
finish.
Look, I
he's
am the
leaving parts out to
unreliable
make me look
narrator in
bad.
the
You can
story.
defend yourself and do...
I can be my own unreliable narrator. Okay? So look,
This isn't Parliament.
so he...
If
Yes.
it were, though, you would be deemed a
Yes.
murderbot.
You would be deemed a murderbot. Probably not, actually.
A burn.
Says the murderbot. So
The eyes have it.
as I'm walking out, I had already called him the worst rideshare driver ever. I didn't want to get us in any legal battles with any big rideshare company, so I didn't say any names. And then as I'm walking out, Nick calls me. I got my stuff. I'm stoked. It's the end of the day. And as I'm getting near the car,
Because you're the worst rideshare
Nick,
passenger.
or Kev was like, "Brrr," and just slams on the
heard
horn.
that.
And it was so loud.
Yeah,
and I
guilty. I
realized
did
at that moment that is what makes me irate instantly.
Oh,
is when just like loud noises just in your ear, I get angry. It's like, it's an immediate reaction.
I apologize.
Wow.
You did apologize. This was not to shame you. This was to open the door for you all to share your
But I learned that
reactions.
Nick was the one on the phone. I thought you were on the phone with your dad or something.
Oh,
or
so-
Orion.
oh,
So
so you
if
did
I
it
was
for
driving
Nick.
Nick, I would have slammed on the horn harder.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have startled me. I
And
was driving. I was telling John in confidence. I was just like, gosh, damn it. John, do you ever have that reaction that when you hear loud noises, it startles you? Like, I have a bodily reflex to very loud noises. Like, I was in a meeting today.
You
And-
should like install this on like a mechanical level of anytime there's a loud noise in the game, you have to roll a reflex save.
I really should, but and just before we went on air, I asked John
comment.
for "Wake Me Up When September Ends," and he's just like denied. And
Yeah.
he plays "The Rains Down in Africa."
It's a better
Shame
song,
on
though.
you,
It is
sir.
a better song.
Shame on
It's a better
you.
song.
How sustained was the horn honking? How long did it?
It was like a
what-
good 1,001.
It was
like,
not
it was like
impulsive.
1,001. It was like a beep. Actually, a second and a
more
half.
of a second.
And he was like at least 10 to 15 feet away.
Nothing.
Like he was on the other side of the road. I wasn't. Like
I
he was
heard
right in front
it
of me.
from my car
Wait, what the-
speakers. It was loud. Don't deny it. Don't minimize it. You did it.
I'm confused.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
wait,
really
Kevin, you
confused.
just honking at everyone, or did this happen at the same time?
No,
with
I,
this?
I'm with
I
John on
stopped
this
to pick
one.
him up.
What about,
He should
what about
be
Nick's
irate.
story?
Crazy.
Nick was on the phone with John while he was driving
Oh,
here.
you're just a nuisance. I see.
Yeah.
So your question was like, how do we react when something is like really loud in our
No,
ear?
no. But is there something for you that it happens and you
That
just
startled
instantly
me.
upset?
I was driving.
Wait, no, Nick was going to tell his story about
Okay,
work.
go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
So
Yeah.
I was at work, and we're learning about different phone systems. Intermedia's phenomenal phone system. Like if we want to plug Office products,
No, we don't.
which we don't. But I mean, if we did,
Oh my God.
They don't sponsor this podcast.
absolutely. But
and
in
if
any
you do in the
case.
future, thanks.
Nice.
In any case, though, as they're doing this demonstration, the ringback tone is just all of a sudden extremely loud. And here I am just relaxing. I'm in a very kind of learning meditative mindset. And I'm just kind of like jolted forward and just like, gosh, damn it, John.
I love that
Stick your
song
head
so
in a
much.
pie and just plaster your face all over the internet in
Wow.
shame.
Really
happened next, Nick?
specific.
Wait.
Yeah, that was
Anyway,
weirdly
the whole office just starts laughing at my violent reaction. So it wasn't a very fun moment.
It sounds like you were like, if you were like sleeping in class and then the teacher says something loud and then like.
But I wasn't asleep though. I was very engaged.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was asking good questions.
I see. I mean,
I wouldn't have laughed at you. I would have laughed
yeah,
with you.
none of us would have laughed at you.
With
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
We
a
all
very
would've been
difficult distinction to draw in that moment.
you. Did you not laugh?
No.
Oh, then I wouldn't be laughing.
Aw, Kevin just
I
coming out
agree.
of
Yeah, I
left
don't.
field with the
And
friendship.
this is
thing.
when our
Look at my
podcast
face. Look at
we
my
really
face.
became friends.
Yeah,
This is
in
when
my
we can
face.
look back and say this is the moment that we.
Why-
If
why
Kevin is saying
sugarcoat
this
it?
to
Why
Nick, this is a
sugarcoat it?
big deal.
We
I
became
feel
family.
like the united government here.
When
United,
you're here, you're
Your
family.
family.
Wait, which
Family.
United government?
That's our motto. We need a
That's-
motto.
Yeah,
Actually,
I think that's pretty original. No one uses that.
I've never
we
heard
should-
that one before.
No.
Never.
So
So
That's
you,
gonna
dear
be it.
listener, you are family.
Thank
yeah,
you.
when you hear your family,
Thanks, fam.
Thanks, fam.
yeah.
Does anyone want to say what happened last time?
You are family.
We got into a room, and yeah, your family, and then like we found out. Well, actually, the very last time, a bunch of Jetsons robots, I call them, came down because they had like squiggly arms that came out and with guns and whatever.
Yeah, Drew a gun.
And
the
Yeah.
tentacle robot.
Yeah, a little
The
gun.
tentacle on the bottom
True.
drew first.
Actually, I got a little bit of a jingle for that catchphrase, for that motto. When you're here, you are family.
Did you just write that?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
And
That's pretty
that
good.
won't get us sued, unlike the other thing we said. I
Definitely
think,
not.
Potentially.
Yeah, no.
So that's good.
Yeah,
I like that. We
Yeah.
do need a jingle.
we do.
I mean, we just destroyed the robots in a really good way. That's all I kinda
Yeah, that fight was
remember.
really easy.
Yeah.
No offense, John.
And then the
None-
doors
none
opened
taken.
up.
He's so mad. He's just kind of
Well,
revolt.
I was talking to him about it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
No, it's fine. That was it. And that was the end of the episode. So.
Yeah. All right. I'm
Well,
gonna
no,
play
the
the
robots
theme now.
thing. I was
Here we
talking to
go.
John afterwards, and he was like, "Yeah, they're like range detect,
Well,
enemies, and we like cornered them and we had flanking and
You
all
guys
that
work
fun.
well as a team.
Yeah,
Which
we're-
is my big question for you: is how well will you continue to work as a team?
perfectly.
I
When
think
we all
like-
come together,
kinda like a
as
machine.
team.
he's going to try to
When
drive a
you're
wedge
here,
between us.
you
He's
are
going to go beyond the AP and
family.
invent reasons to make us not.
He's already doing.
Has
that.
He's gonna
Sure.
he's gonna come up with divisions and clues to like make us seem like we're enemies.
He's gonna do the impossible and divide by 0.
He's
He
gonna
might
be
do
like,
that. yeah.
Nico, there's a relic over here. But first you gotta like really piss off Rick or something, and then
No,
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, Nick, this is a hit contract out for your life, signed by Heerz. Oh my gosh,
here's
Oh,
where
that's
this
right.
come from.
And it came from Rick's pocket.
Did you do this?
No, Rick's just a fucking puppeteer.
And, like,
I'm telling
Witnessed
you.
by Dr.
There's
Okay.
like a prescription
You brought Heerz here to
for
kill
mind
me.
erasing drugs or something in my name. Yeah,
I still feel like Dr. OK could could be the best at like killing people in a very way that we wouldn't know it was him.
Yeah, it's just drugs.
That's true. But in general, you guys
but
did a
I
good
taken the
job.
Hippocratic Oath.
philosophically subscribe to killing.
He hasn't taken the Hippocratic Oath, though.
You don't know
How
that.
do you
Is he a
know
medical doctor? Oh
Yeah, I
he
thought
is.
you're
thought he was
a
a biologist or
researcher.
something.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
But
it's
here,
not the
look,
same.
you guys did a good job of. Well, one, you got lucky with some good rolls. It was good.
Yeah.
But then you also had
They were
good
tasty.
strategy.
Or skills.
Which-
not-
Those rolls are tasty.
It took a lot of book one, I think, for you guys to really start to cement together.
I mean, we can go back to like some of our earliest fights where Dr. OK just walked out the room.
I'll never forget that.
Kelly was like actually mad for that.
He really was. I've never
He was
seen
like,
that
"Where are you
before, but he
going?"
was. He was
And then
bad.
in the
He was actually mad.
unpublished version of episode 4 or 5 or whatever, he was like just going to take a whole turn to drink whiskey.
Yeah.
How long will it take to do this?
Yeah.
In the same fight.
Ask us about that in a few weeks at Gen Con. When you see
Yeah.
us.
Nice
Ask,
to
see you
ask
there.
us about the
We
unpublished
hope.
episode 5. And
Wait,
if you're
I-
not there, you can just message us.
I didn't mean to interrupt Kelly's
Recap?
recount.
It was literally
recount.
the entire episode.
Well, no. There were a lot of other
No, because
things.
then after that,
We found a computer that's got a, I don't know.
It's got a pinhole camera in it.
Yeah.
and Rick punched out the glass and then
Rick-
threw a grenade and
And
it
did nothing.
Into this like cavern beyond.
yeah, Brick
Yeah.
threw
Oh,
Brick
yeah.
threw a hand grenade.
Rick threw. Where'd you get a hand grenade?
I don't know.
You did technically waste a grenade, so make sure you take that off on your hero lab.
I did.
Yeah, we did
Which-
verify.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, but I realize I have a grenade in my.
Oh,
so
fuck you.
Small
grenade on my.
Give me your grenade.
Can I borrow yours?
So
Yeah. Oh, it looks
Wait,
bad.
hold on,
the
wait,
lighting
hold on,
effects.
hold on,
What just
hold on.
happened?
Shh.
Okay.
Yeah, the listeners can't view it because they're not viewers; they're listeners. But there's now a
The
pink-
room has
pink glow
changed.
over the room, which we were supposed to have last week, right?
Yeah, you should have last week.
Oh,
John
okay.
messed
The
it
room
up.
has not changed.
This was the intended thing, but roll 20 was just being awesome. So it's
Thanks,
good.
Roll 20.
It was actually my fault, so it's cool. So thanks, roll 20. So
Thank you.
here's the thing: you guys were.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here.
I'm never
Put 'em-
gonna not think of Heerz when I.
Me too,
when I
actually.
say that.
Thank you.
So, you all are looking at the. You're looking at the door, and if I recall, and I do, I believe Nico and Heerz were trying to hack the panel. Dr. OK was spoofing symbols.
Pretty sure you gave us the equivalent of a hot wire, but I mean, we're splitting hairs here.
Well, so it's unclear who got the door open, but the door starts to kind of like move, tries to open. Seems like there's something wrong with the mechanism that's trying to open it, right?
There's sparks.
Yeah, there are some sparks a little bit. Opens, closes, opens, closes.
It's like that one episode of Star Trek.
It's like that one episode.
Just the one.
Just that one.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Which Star Trek?
The original.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
And then the door
Next generation.
opens.
That's my favorite one.
Dude, TNG is favorite, hands down.
I'm
Yes.
not a
If
Trekkie
you
by any means.
Agreed.
Disagree.
ASMR.
Okay. Everyone
I like
here
that was
agrees.
just
If you
ASMR
disagree,
delivered.
please tell us,
Yes,
and we'll
please
tell you
tell
why
us.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
So the door shutters and open unevenly, kind of finally, one before the other, at different times, and whatever mechanism is struggling to open them, but finally, it opens. And before you is a short 10-foot hallway made of the same metal panels as in the room that you're in now, but none of the diffuse violet pink light. And it ends in another double door. Rick 19 is standing looking outside, having thrown a grenade. And Nico, Dr. OK, and Heerz are standing near the door. What's the move?
So Rick is gonna, before we do anything else, he's threw the grenade, but he's gonna go back into that chamber and kind of inspect it. And what I really want to look for right now is like the seam of the escape pod, quote unquote, to the wall. I want to see if I see a seam, if I can analyze that, that makes sense?
So where the escape pod connects in the bay that it's in?
Yeah.
The little...
Yeah.
Okay.
So
What are you looking for?
I want to see if there is a seam, first of all. And if there's any way to pry it apart.
So you want to see if you can disconnect the pod from the bay? Okay. Give me a perception check.
That's a 6 plus 5, I believe. Not good enough for anything.
Well, I mean,
6 plus 6, that's 12.
12. All right. 12? 12 has taken people places before, in game. 12 gets you somewhere sometimes. Kelly is taking out some plastic bags. Looks like he brought some snacks for the fam. It's good.
It's a dozen.
It's actually dice.
Yeah, so snacks. So it's a dozen.
Kelly Downey Jr.
Some tasty dice goblin snacks.
Some tasty dice goblin snacks. Yeah. No. So look, you go up, and if I'm understanding your question right, your android fingers go up and run along, and it seems like there is no seam, which is to say that these pods look like they are designed to come into this bay here. And so it seems like it's...
Like there's no seam whatsoever, like it's a permanent part of the bay, or it seems like it's just a really good seam as if it's meant to fit.
It's meant to fit.
Okay.
It's a tight tolerance.
And there's no way to pull it apart or retract it back or...
Not with a 12.
I know.
Yeah. You can't tell with a 12. I mean, you're looking at a big escape pod that you got out of. Not that big, but pretty, certainly android sized.
I'm so sorry, but do we do phrasing at all?
For what?
Got a really tight tolerance here. You're just coming out of an escape pod.
Sorry, as a mechanical engineer, tight tolerance is a regular term.
I know it's a regular term for mechanical engineers, but if you excuse the uninitiated, it just sounds... What's the function of this song?
In the context of this game.
Just to scare Nick.
Loud noises. Well, that's not a loud noise. It's just kind of like,
It will be loud on the recording. So
Wow. Because you're raining
I'm
on
just
Nick's
messing
parade.
with you.
It's like the rains in Africa. Okay, first punishment.
Punishment.
Maybe.
Yes,
that's
that
it,
was
that's
good.
it.
Oh, thank
I
God.
think,
My first punishment.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Wait, because
I'm
we
so glad
reset
we're
the punishments.
Yep.
Good.
Right?
So wait.
Did we?
I don't know if we agreed on this, but I think
Did
I
we?
used mine.
Yeah.
Wait,
You used yours.
Wait, I tried to
No, wait, you
discuss-
didn't. Did you?
I don't remember.
God, we have such.
But I
All
tried to say that
punishments were
the-
reset at the end of book
No,
one.
I tried to bring up the fact that like a +1 to anything is kind of useless in Starfinder, especially at higher levels. So I
But it
think
does
that-
take you from a dozen to a baker's dozen.
I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah, so
Punishment.
I think we should
That
modify
13
what
would
a
have done
punishment
so
does.
much for you right
That
now.
13 really would have unlocked a lot.
I think it just should be advantage.
From a GM perspective, for all you GMs out there or people who want to be GMs, I do the rule of like close success. So like if the DC were actually 13, then I would have given Kev partially successful, right? Because he was so close, which I think is a good narrative tool. Anyway,
I
Let's
just
talk about
think
that as
so.
our
Maybe instead of just a
Thanks for
+1,
the-
maybe it should be like a +D,
GM insight.
plus like a D something. Like a D6.
are we changing this like midstream now?
Yes, I'm off.
D6 is too far. I think D4.
a D4. Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
for
D4 is a lot.
So
Though.
instead of
D4 for damage.
Well,
D4
for damage, for skill check, for
That's
Whoa,
powerful.
whoa, 4 on a skill check.
Or
Whoa.
just a
it's
reroll.
not that powerful.
It's a
Wait, hold on.
reroll.
Reroll
For a skill check.
Are you
See, I
talking
tried to
about?
say reroll, and you told me no
Punishment.
because
Okay.
quote unquote
I think it should
the
just be
word
advantage.
We
not
should just do
acceptable
it.
in
I think it should just be
outside of
advantage.
that realm.
Like you just
That
roll
word.
twice, you take
That
a better
word.
roll.
Yeah, we're not supposed to say
Yeah.
that word.
That's fine. I'm fine with it. All right, so let it be known that now.
Wait, are we voting on it?
We voting?
What are we voting on?
voting?
exactly?
What's on the
Changing
table?
punishment
Yeah,
from
this is a
+1
democracy.
to
Like
advantage.
Parliament's
Parliament's
been
been convened again. Let democracy
Do you
rule.
want to be elected
Yeah.
murder bot again?
First order of business, we reaffirm that Rick is a murder bot.
We are really
Aye.
we are
Aye.
Objection.
The eyes had that long ago.
Nay.
Objection.
Second order of
Well,
business.
hold on.
The unanimous voting of whether or not advantage will be given on punishments.
Can't
All
call
say
it
aye.
advantage.
It's not advantage,
Not
but
advantage. Please don't say that.
it's just a reroll.
It will. Correction
Oh,
to the
reroll.
language. Let's observe Robert's rules of order.
Strike advantage from the records.
Strike advantage from the records on all punishments. The vote is on punishments. It's a reroll. All say aye.
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 Yeah.
Aye.
Great.
The ayes
liked
have
it.
it.
We didn't
Kelly
do that.
now has punishment,
I do.
Which is a
Love it.
reroll.
which is a
It's a
reroll.
reroll.
At any
That's
point
fine.
that you we're just
Good.
calling,
I like
calling
that.
That you can do after the fact, right?
after your first roll.
No,
you can then
you
use,
just decide.
Or you have to
I
declare
think
it
before
ahead.
Yeah. You go, you look at the seam, you can't see too much of what is going on in terms of like, can you move the pod or anything? I feel like I'm not quite getting your question right.
No, I think you're right.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm done with it.
What?
It's
Well,
machined
I was gonna say-
together
I know.
to
And
be perfect. Hey, Rick, do you want to join the rest of the party over here? We just opened this door.
We're just looking at you.
I
Just
know it's a trap,
messing around with
but
You all
we
did.
should probably try to get out of here.
you seem to be making more of an advancement than I am. So yes, I will come your way. And he puts away his axe and pulls out his artillery laser.
Yes, seems like a good idea to bring that out.
And he's going to position himself to have like the best view. Which way is this? Oh, the door's just straight ahead, right?
Yeah. So where do you walk?
I'm going to walk forward towards the group.
Okay.
What's the move, y'all?
Nico, with kind of a clenched jaw,
Mm-hmm.
is gonna. I'm assuming that Nico was kind of on his knees when he was trying to fix the panel.
Trying to hack it. Yeah.
So Nico's gonna stand up. His eyes are gonna be kind of wide and bulging with
Mhm.
fear and concentration, but also anger still at the situation. His anger still hasn't subsided, and he's gonna immediately reach for his pistol,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just gonna be pointing it down in through the doorway, and he's gonna take a step
Into the hallway.
in.
So Heerz and Nico, it's a 10-foot hallway. Heerz and Nico are almost abreast.
Oh yeah, I'll be breast to breast with Nico.
Okay.
I'll pull up the
Breast to
rear.
breast.
No,
Phrasing.
The light in this hallway, it's pretty stark. It's almost like you walk over a threshold, and the room that you were in is all diffuse, but the room that you're in now is just feels dark. The panels look unblemished, but occasionally you still feel the vibration that you felt in the previous room, as if whatever space this is in, there's something happening. And there's a door, a double door in front of you. So what do you all want to do?
Well, I'm gonna. Heerz is gonna check out the door.
Okay. You walk over to the door. It looks pretty similar to the door that
My
you were
skin's
just
crawling
in,
again. I don't like this.
but the door doesn't have. Whereas the previous door that you were in, the main thing that you guys were focused on was that display with this sputtering, glitching symbols that you all realized you could use a 5-fingered hand to use. This doesn't have that. It's just the seam is another tight tolerance
Oh yeah.
between the
Make a
two.
roll
Phrasing.
perception on it, just to get.
Here's you walk up to the door, and once again it's, but this time it's a little easier. Whatever mechanism in the previous door, this one sputters just a little bit, and then the doors open at the same time.
Okay.
And when they open, I'm going to read this to you,
Everybody close your
and then
eyes.
I'll reveal it. The door opens into an octagonal chamber
whoa.
made of the same dull metal plates, several flickering purple lights the same as in the previous room, and 5 small inverted pyramids 3 to 4 inches across are set into the ceiling. The grates comprising the floor have been secured with heavy octagonal bolts, and each of the 8 walls has a single alcove that holds a 3-foot diameter fan protected by a series of bars. Double airlock doors are set in the east and west walls, the east wall of which you just opened, and each has a control panel near it. And I'm going to open the door.
It looks like a
one-
trap.
Yes, I think.
So you all
We-
standing at the threshold of the door.
Can we investigate for traps?
What do you guys want to
Uh,
do? So you want to roll a perception check?
Yep.
I'll roll for perception.
I wish to look.
Is there any lighting effects on this? Like dim light or dark light?
It's dim in the sense that like there are 3 purple lights at some vertices of the octagon, and they are just bright enough right near them that in the center is dim, but outside is bright. So mechanically, it's going to be normal light. You're not going to have
That was my question.
any sort of issue.
But thank you for the description.
That's a 25 for Nico.
25 for Nico.
Perception?
18 for Heerz.
Perception, 18 for Heerz,
I rolled a 24.
24. Somebody give me, before I get there, you do realize that this room the nozzles and the fans are connected. And you can see here, that there's a control panel on one side, control panel on the other.
Nozzles.
The nozzles
Sorry,
and
can
the
you
fans
point
are
on
connected.
The control panel
Yeah.
for me?
Yeah, let me tag
Is
you
it
here on roll 20. Yep, there, and then on the opposite wall. Yep, but it's
Copy.
dark there because the
I do
the light
not
there is
wish
out.
to be
So-
gassed by anything.
On the adjacent wall to the right, outside the door, is one wall of the octagon. That's where the first control panel is, and directly opposite of that is the other control
So
panel.
you said these were pipes, right?
So in each wall, in the 3 walls on the north and 3 walls on the south, set behind a bunch of bars are a 3-foot diameter fan.
This is how John gets us because he hasn't been able to kill us in battle. So basically now we're going through an Indiana Jones style tomb in
Right,
the
we're gonna
future.
step in. The door's gonna close. He's just gonna gas us.
Yeah.
And we're like, ha ha ha! I win.
What's the
That's how you win.
material?
All
of
of
the
you
bars
are
made
dead.
of? What's the material of the bars made of?
Material of the bars is metal.
Okay,
kind of
so I have a dueling sword.
What is it?
And one of the special properties of a dueling sword is that it requires a special type of sheath because it disintegrates anything it comes into contact with.
Is that in the Starfinder thing?
It's actually in the description of the sword itself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Dope.
rules lawyer Kevin is
Is looking it
double-checking
up.
you.
I
Yeah,
want
sorry.
to ask.
I don't
I rolled
believe
pretty
you.
well, and I just looked up what my perception is, and I got a 29 on my
That's
roll.
impressive.
That
That's
is.
really impressive.
Can we detect
Can I
traps with those
detect
rolls?
any sort
Let me
of
tell you this.
nefarious mechanisms that just
I'll tell you this.
sniff the wrong way?
I'll tell you this. The nozzles at the top, the triangles, are nozzles for what you can deduce are probably some sort of jet that sprays out.
Yes.
And
It's just a freezer. It's a cryogenic freezer. I know this from experience.
does somebody want to give me an engineering check?
I
Oh,
will
I
yeah,
can do
I
that.
will.
I can do that.
definitely do
Um,
that. But
just-
wait, who here is most skilled at engineering?
I got a plus
I have
9.
a +8.
I have a +3 now, though.
I got a plus 9.
So I will
I
assist.
will assist Nico.
I have 17 +8. So that's
I do not assist.
17 plus 8, 25.
wow.
I do assist.
I got a
You assist?
10.
25 assist me.
So that's 29.
But I do just want to clarify that
Yeah.
Nick was right.
It disintegrates. That's fine.
His dueling swords, it uses a field of disrupted molecules. along
Rules
its blade
lawyer
to slice through
vindicated.
anything.
You know, I am here for this Nick that quotes what he wants to do, and the rule book supports it.
Yeah.
So I would like to
new
try
Nick.
to see if I can cut through the metal bars.
Okay, so do you step into the room?
Yes.
Okay, so Nico.
man.
Nico pushes past. Right now it's Dr. OK.
And Nico's
And-
going to put away his pistol
Hey,
and draw his
guys.
sword.
Be aware of these nozzles. I'm a little weirded out by it.
So Nico walks in the door. Nothing seems to happen as you step in. I can imagine that your footsteps and then like hit the doof, and then you hear the sound kind of reverberate a little bit because it's just all metal.
Nico's going to do a stealth check at that point, and he's going to see if he can just kind of approach with caution. He is paranoid right now, too. So
Approaching where? You're already in the room.
he's approaching those bars
can
with
I
his,
look for any
like,
cameras?
disrupting sword.
Okay. So
And he's going to motion to Heerz, by the way, to draw his sword and see if he can go cut the ones on the other side.
what do you say?
Yeah,
Good to hear.
Nico's
Let's
going to
role
look over to
play.
Heerz, and he's going to be like, Heerz, you thinking what I'm... Sorry. Heerz, you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm not actually. I'm not a mind reader. What are you thinking?
You got these
Says
dueling...
the telepath.
So we used to manufacture these dueling swords at Orion Industries. These things are just have disruptor fields around them and can cut through just about anything. That's why they have specialized sheaths for them. Let's cut through the metal bars and see if we can't get through the fans and defang whatever this trap is.
I
in here.
don't.
I think it's kind of dangerous.
I think that's premature,
Like-
Nico.
Why don't we check out the computer first, and then we'll try.
Maybe we can find out what type of system this is. What
Don't
sort
you
of
enjoy
machine.
hacking? That is kind of your thing.
If you help
It
me
is
hack
kind of my
this,
thing.
we
But
could figure out if
I'm
there's...
going to stay in this little intermediate chamber for the meantime in case something bad happens to you guys. I'm there to maybe help. Sound like a plan?
Let's
Just
call
make
it a
sure you don't
vestibule.
ink up the place too
Or
much.
maybe I'll be locked out. That would be terrible.
So Nico, you brush past and you guys are talking, and I can imagine that as you all were talking, Nico was like, all right, I'm just going to go in. And as you walk in, Dr. OK,
Door
you
slams shut, the
don't
gas starts
notice.
coming.
No, nothing happens as Nico walks in.
By the
except
way,
for
that's a
empty-
29 on the stealth roll, too.
Does that help protect
Your
you against traps?
steps don't reverberate as much as I said they did previously. That's how your stealth helps.
Correction to you, good game master, sir.
So, Dr. OK, you don't see any cameras. Heerz. Dr. OK and Heerz are standing right at the lip of the room. And Heerz, I don't know if there's something in your past that, like, makes you think about what's, like, it just all fits. You're like, oh, I get it. This seems like, with the way the fans are separated, the way the blades are curved and everything, you're like, you know what? This is some sort of decontamination chamber. It triggers when both doors shut.
Rick pushes the shut button.
Very impulsive, Rick.
Just to see
Somehow I just know that's just
decontamination
aimed
is a
at
human.
me. I just know that's aimed at me. Like, no
You are the only
explanation
person in the
required. Like,
I'm kidding. Kevin would have pushed the button.
Kevin would, if the five of us were in a room, Kevin would push the button just to desanitize me.
That's
Okay?
true.
By the way, if anyone ever laughs at you, I won't. Bye.
John, you gotta wear out that song, man.
That song will never be worn out, but
Will
using it
never
like
be
that.
worn
It's one of those songs that you can listen to forever.
So here's
On loop.
the thing. Here's
Make me
you
smell my
realize
home.
that this is not like just like it's gonna just turn on and then psh, it's like, oh, it's a nice mist and you walk in. It's not like that at all.
Getting a nice
It
spritz.
seems very intense.
Okay, but its purpose is to decontaminate, I guess, non-organic beans or something. Is that why it's doing that?
The purpose is to decontaminate, but what happens is that you can tell by the size of the nozzles, the size of the fans.
Right.
This is an intense process.
It's gonna.
This is like
potentially be
walking through a
harmful.
car wash.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, well, that's not good.
like it will be mechanically harmful to you.
All right. Well, then
so
here's,
Rick will. What do you
Yeah.
do? You say that out loud?
here's
What do you say?
Here's will say that out loud. He's like, these nozzles. I have a lot of experience with machinery and stuff. Maybe you know this too, Nico, but they're way too powerful, and I think that's a decontamination chamber. But it's gonna hurt real bad if it triggers, for sure. I really think we gotta hack this and turn it off.
All
Or
right, let's go sneak on.
disable it somehow.
I am
perhaps.
willing to run it. I believe that my exterior might be a little tougher than the rest of you.
Does Heerz know if that is true? If
Does
he
Nico
could
know if
survive?
that's true?
Because Heerz rolled a 25 or something. Can he tell if like Rick will be okay?
That was really long. You would be subject to the same.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Just disregard everything I said. Then it's
No, I mean you said it like
These seem
go
like
ahead.
pretty heavy. These
No,
are
don't do it.
pretty heavy jets. There's a lot of pressure that's going to come out of them.
okay.
Maybe we could guff
It's okay.
them up
If
with some.
if you die, Kev, I won't
thing.
laugh.
I don't know.
but another thing with like
We'll laugh with
the,
you, Kevin.
the idea of a decontamination room though is like
We're good
we
friends.
can't get that other door open without shutting this door. So like it's gonna have to shut both
Correct.
doors.
All right. Well,
Yeah, we should try to hack it. That's a good idea.
so
Hack
yeah,
away.
Here's goes over to try to hack it, and
Heerz walks over to the panel.
he already told Nico, and
I'll assist.
Okay.
If, I have a
Rick-
+10.
Rick will
Who's
actually
got-
stay in the
he just
doorway to
flew
make sure it
across the
doesn't
room.
close.
Okay, so Rick is going to stand in the doorway. Nico crosses and walks across the room to the other door. Heerz and Dr. OK are standing next to the panel
All right.
on the right. Heerz, give me an
Oh, wait.
engineering
Is this
check.
the panel? All right.
I thought it was a computer.
All right, cool. I'm on the panel.
Is it computers or engineering, or can I do both?
It's an engineering check.
Okay, I got it.
All right.
Um,
Engineering check.
I'll
Let's do
assist.
Yeah,
So-
jeez, it's an 8 plus 8. It's a 16. Just 16 this time.
It's a 16.
Thank you.
Who is assisting? Dr. OK?
I assist.
Okay. Nico, were you assisting?
No, I'm doing my own. I'm doing the other panel.
Nico's going to the other panel. Okay.
Are they interconnected? Because then he could be considered assisting if he's working on the other.
Are you going to roll an engineering check on the other panel? Okay. What do you roll?
10.
10. Okay. So
It's a skill check. It's not a critical fail. It's a skill check.
Yeah. Oh, you rolled a 1.
Oh my God.
Plus 9.
The jets turn on.
Kevin's over here just looking over my shoulder like, you gonna call it that one there? You're gonna call it that one? I'm like looking over like,
No, I didn't.
dude, it's a skill check.
I didn't see what you rolled. I thought I was like 10's low. Did you add your bonuses?
So you walk up to the door. You're going through the control panel. You don't have to hack it as manually as you did before, but you do have to kind of set some settings on it and then pry it open and look at some of the wires, some of the connection, the ports to it. And Nico, you figure out that you can put the other panel into some sort of safety mode, something that allows it to kind of just be a neutral space. So really it's just Heerz and Dr. OK going through on this panel. And when you do, you're going through, you clip one wire and you hear, and you're confident that you got it, that if you were to come in, the door would not close. You can open the other door without the nozzles going off.
Well done.
Wow, that went better than I
That was
expected.
How
way too
confident
easy.
is confident? What did you roll that made you feel so confident about? Oh, an engineering.
Because I'm that much of a boss with this that I clipped the right wire. I know I did.
Okay.
Right?
It didn't take that long. It took only about 1 minute.
I don't
It's
know. It
always
just
the red
feels
wire. It's always red wire.
suspicious though, but
It's always red wire.
I don't know.
There's also a level of suspicion because just from a metagame perspective, book 1 was one thing. And now book 2 for you guys has turned out to be something else. So you guys are like on a different level.
Nico's just going to say aloud, he's going to be like, I don't like any of this.
I think I shut it off.
I think we should try and find a plan B.
But
Hey, Captain Tentacle's over there. Of course we need to find a plan B.
Can we destroy one of these fans and jam it somehow? Or
Please. Finally, the Ashawa over here makes a logical point. Let's do this. I got a dueling sword over here with a disruptor field. Let's just do this. I've been itching to just hack something all day.
for Heerz has that sword, but I don't know if he's gonna join in yet. He's trying to keep a cool head. Can he open up this door, the doors on the other end from this machine?
If you want.
Damn it. It's not a good phrase to hear. All right, so I shut it off. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna open the doors
I will.
on the other side.
I will try to hold this door open so that you guys aren't trapped in case it goes wrong.
All right, try it here, but be warned, if this doesn't work, I'm hacking that fan.
Oh, you can hack the fan first. Go for it. Go. Do it.
it's like a strength check.
Nico's going to look around like, you guys are actually going to let me do this?
Yeah, screw it.
All right, so Nico's going to go over there. He's actually going to go hack the fan with the dueling sword. And he's going to be like, you stupid piece of junk!
We're doing like a Kylo Ren.
Yeah. Ah! And then he's going to look out. He's going to look back at everybody else. Anything else?
You cut through the bars.
Sorry, I'm supposed to not laugh at you.
You were laughing with you.
Yeah.
Don't let
Great
me
try.
Should I play it? I'm not going to play it. Nico, you cut through the bars. Takes not long. Bars fall. The fan is just sitting there in front of you. You slice through it. It falls. The blades of the fan fall. Nothing happens.
Nico's going to be like, that was anticlimactic and yet so
Do you see
so
anything
satisfying.
down there? The cavity of what it revealed, or
When you step into the cavity past the sliced bars, I feel like you just get it. It feels like suddenly you're in the escape pod again because it's a pretty tight cavity. As you are talking, the fan, it just seems like right beyond it is just the wall. That's it.
All right.
You want to chop up the other fan? There's only one more, right?
There's 6.
Oh, fuck it. Let's just open the door. Heerz opens the door.
Okay. So Heerz opens the door. I can picture Nico still in the fan space. When that happens and you hear the door opens very slowly. It doesn't even like try to open. It's just and again I'm going to read it and then I will reveal it.
R&R. Read and reveal.
Read
I
and
need some of
reveal.
that R&R.
As I say. As soon as the door opens, as soon as the crack comes through, you see a blue light just come down. It's almost like when you're in those, cairns in the UK and that are lined up with the solstice, and then like the solstice comes down on a single source of light. It's like that just hits the floor and just slowly starts to spread out across this chamber. And it's a blue light. And from the way you can see it, nice. From the way you can see it, it seems like it's from some sort of computer screen, as there's a room that's probably at least 60 feet deep. It's like a long, probably like 30 feet wide, 60 feet deep.
I am the architect.
But you can see that the space, sometimes for a split second, that blue light, you see a shadow move across the floor of this decontamination chamber, because you realize that there are wires and tubes and bits of complex machinery hanging from broken panels in the ceiling, swaying in falling dust and streams of thin vapor that seem to be issuing from some of the open pipes that are in the ceiling.
Ergo, vis-a-vis, concordingly.
You can see
Nice, I like that.
that there are a couple other stations and some other screens that are flickering. And that they're along the walls, there are more screens. There are chairs overturned. Computer terminals occupy much of the room's center. And those sparks of electricity issue from deep cracks in the ceiling and from those computer terminals. The first realization that each of you has is that this is the first area of true technology that you've seen. What's your move?
True technology that you see, meaning like everything else, all the other technology we interacted with is fake. It's a simulation. It's a game. This is like, we're finally getting to the exterior of the game.
No, it's just that before you were looking at little iPads in the wall. And now this is like a nexus point. Like there are computer terminals.
Okay.
There are chairs.
The door where Rick is standing didn't flicker at all.
No, it didn't.
So he'll wait until somebody else crosses the next threshold, and then he'll step into the room.
Nico's going to go in. He's going to be he's going to be in awe of the technology in there, and he frankly wants to see what he can salvage in here and see if he can't create a little bit bigger of a transceiver in his data pad so he can ping a signal out for help anywhere.
Yeah, Heerz is just going to go in and walk towards that screen.
Dr. OK will move to the threshold antechamber, I guess. I don't know.
I'm holding back until I don't want to leave this door open or let this door shut with anybody in that room. So I'm waiting until somebody else basically holds the door open for me, and then I'll pass through the room. Like Rick just doesn't trust the room itself, the decontamination room.
Okay.
Can we jam it?
Well, that's what Rick is like
a
ready to
broken piece
jam
of
the
the
current
fan.
door. So
That door is pretty hard to open, and it was kind of sporadic in the way it opened. I think we'd have a difficult time closing it again.
okay, well, I'm just letting you know. Like I'll wait till you guys are out of that room, and then I'll pass.
Okay, Chuckles.
Okay.
Nice. Good.
Okay. So
Damn it.
I made a slight mistake.
No.
As you open the door, you see another 10-foot chamber.
What?
And beyond that is a
And then as you
room.
beyond that is that room.
This is
fine.
just
It's
a really
glitching.
big
The doors
mistake.
are just glitching open.
The doors are glitching open.
Oh my god.
That's fine.
Wow.
So there's this little vestibule
So uncivilized.
check for traps in this vestibule?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Hello there.
Hello.
Perception 13.
You don't think there are any traps?
Nico's going to go in anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. So,
Let's go.
totally fine. So, you guys go in. Here's the thing. The second thing you realize,
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Is that Goonies?
There's
This
only
room is
two-
really wrecked.
this room overall looks wrecked.
What are those dancing lights?
The dancing lights are sparks of electricity. Some are blue, some are purple. There seems to be a purple light. Nico walks in the room. Because the second thing that you notice
don't care.
is that, Nico, as you walk in, you're like, the air is very irritating. But you just
Onions.
push through.
Onions and
order.
ketchup.
Hey,
And as you push through, so the thing is that Heerz, you're like, it's weird.
Yeah.
The
it's
air
weird.
tastes kind of weird. Nico, as soon as you walk in, you're like, oh, what's going on in this room? This wrecked room. I mean, it's very dark except for a screen that's like 40 feet away and a flickering purple light. And as you walk in, you're like,
Oh my god.
and you feel your lungs start to burn, and everyone needs to roll for initiative.
Oh my!
Kidding
I was
me.
just doing a perception roll. Okay, but I guess now
You
we're
walked
rolling for
into a
initiative.
room.
You walked in, dude.
Yeah,
Oh man, Rick is last.
that would have been me if you hadn't have made that map mistake earlier. And I realized after I said that I should probably actually perceive things before moving in.
It's all good.
No,
All right,
I mean,
so
it's a good lesson.
Nico
Okay, bye, Nico.
is in the room. Here's the standing at the threshold. Dr. OK is standing at the threshold of the vestibule in the decontamination room. And Rick is standing next to Dr. OK. Rick is raising his hand.
Oh, I was just holding up 5 because that's what I got for my initiative.
Okay, you got a 5. Rick got a 5. Is there anybody? Let's start at the top here.
19 on the die.
19. Is there anybody?
20.
beat?
I got a 19.
Okay. Dr. OK, 20. Nico, 19. Here's what'd you get?
13.
13.
Hey, just letting you guys know, as a constructed being, I get a +2 to saves against anything that creates disease, mind effects, poison, or sleep.
Hey, Robot, get over there.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're gonna walk into a room full of gas, you should probably be the robot that does it.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
Sorry, the android.
Yeah.
the murder
It's
bot.
fine, man.
So, as you walk in, you feel like this sense of your lungs burning, and you feel your skin, whatever sense of like whatever's showing from your armor, it feels like it's starting to like touch on your skin. Your skin feels like it's hurting, Nico. But we're gonna go in order here. It's gonna be Dr. OK. What are you doing? You probably hear this on the comms. I don't know what you're saying, Nico, as you walk in.
Did you want me to continue while you were?
Just keep doing it.
Just keep
Hey, what's going on there, Nico? And
Yeah, okay.
It sounds as if he has inhaled something.
Dr. OK, what are you doing?
in the middle.
So Nico seems
I
like he's in
don't-
distress.
Don't we have environmental suits?
You do?
Yeah,
Can I do a
thought it was
life science check from here?
From where you are?
I have my custom micro lab, so I can probably sample some sort of
Yeah,
incoming
sure.
air.
Yeah. As because Nico is now like 10 feet in, and by this
Yeah.
time the air is starting to move into the chamber,
Oh,
that
geez.
the decontamination chamber. So
Quick,
you don't
shut the
feel
door.
like you can't breathe, but you do taste it, Doctor. Okay,
Shut
you're
the
like
door.
that's sharp.
Yes,
Give me a life science
okay. Can I do a
Life science or medicine.
Ooh, well, I'm going to
We get to actually like activate them.
Oh.
They do have like a. I'd have to open the book.
never mind. I thought I could.
Oh,
use
you have to actually
polymath,
activate. Yeah, I see. 48 uses. Nico's
Okay.
just choking to death.
I will use. I'll do a life science check.
Hang in there, buddy.
Does a
What's happening?
32 get me any?
Yeah, immediately as you taste it, you're like, oh, I know exactly which compound that is, because you know that this is some sort of vapor that is caustic and is definitely dangerous. It's an acidic gas that is just being pumped in from some, it's not meant to be in the room, but it's just being pumped in from something that's broken in the ceiling.
Okay.
It's Dr. Ok's turn.
Sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to. Is this a drug or poison?
It's an acidic gas. It's not really a poison mechanically.
Okay.
Even though it operates as such.
Is this?
You're not poisoned, but you will take damage. Possibly.
A biochemical agent causing damage.
Yeah,
But a
that
poison
fucking
would
happens all
cause
the time.
adverse effects. No. It's not a poison per se.
It's acid, right?
Yeah, it's like an acidic,
Hey,
caustic
this
gas.
is acid. Do we know where it's coming from?
Coming from the ceiling.
If this is acid, why aren't I tripping?
It's getting over here now.
If you want to give me an engineering check, Dr. OK, you might be able to have some insight into where it's coming from or into how to deal with it.
Okay.
But you're not in the room, so just FYI, I'm going to make the DC a little harder.
Okay. And it would be an engineering check.
Yeah.
Well, because I could do that or move, right? Yeah. So I'm just gonna go for the check. Ooh, not bad. 21.
Yeah.
Can I assume this is a corrosive atmosphere?
The armor definitely.
You talked about
protects.
environmental protections for your armor? Yeah, you'll be fine. There's a mechanism for that.
Well, I just wanted to read some of it. Like a typical corrosive atmosphere deals anywhere from 1 acid damage per minute up to 10d6 acid damage per round
Damn, son.
to creatures and objects within it.
Dr. OK, you're pretty sure that's from where you can see. The best bet is to get to that computer on the other side of the room, because that seems to be the only working thing in here.
Get to the computer, and then shoot her.
Rick or Nico,
done.
it's your turn. You're standing in there. I'll tell you something. As you're coughing, weirdly, you're like, is this the air that I'm breathing, or am I seeing something weird? All you realize, maybe you couldn't tell from where you were standing 10, 15, 20 feet back, but all of the computer consoles are 2 feet high.
What?
The ceilings are like 15 feet high in this room, but all the computer consoles are like 2 feet high.
Like they're made for short creatures?
Yeah.
Like our shape-shifting friends.
Yeah, like little Astrozoans. Those guys.
So what do you do? It's your turn.
What? Nico's just gonna say aloud. What's happening here? Why are these two computers? Why are they 2 feet high?
That's what your concern is. As you breathe in.
Because you said that.
Why is this? Okay, I'm out of here.
And where do you go?
He's just gonna go back.
He's going to walk back. Give me a fortitude saving throw and give yourself a +4.
All right.
So can we use our environmental protection suits for this?
I think so, from what I read.
That's an 11.
It says it just covers toxic gas.
Did you already have
Among
the
other
+4?
things.
Corrosive.
Okay.
gas.
Yeah, corrosive
So
gas.
that is the +4 that he got because he has armor. Unfortunately,
It's not enough to save me.
you take 4 points of acid damage because it just gets right in there and you were so close. But you didn't make it. All right, it is. Heerz. What are you doing?
I think I rolled the lowest initiative, though.
You rolled a 13.
I rolled a 5.
Oh, okay.
So Nico comes running in, coughing, stumbling back in. What do you do?
Right, so here's this. So this suit will protect me 100%, right?
It will give you a bonus.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
It just says that
corrosive.
it-
I mean, think like
It's a +4 bonus.
yeah. If you think about what a acidic agent does to any art, like
A bonus of what? Sorry. So that I can survive? Like, what am I adding my bonus to?
+4. But
Plus 4
just,
to what?
let's not worry about that.
Okay.
Tell me what you want to do.
Well, I want to put on my damn suit.
Is it
so-
not on already?
Well,
I think you already have it on.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all have.
It
Yeah.
says 48 uses, so I thought I had to
Your armor
activate
has
it.
environmental protection, so that's fine.
Okay. Shit. Well, I mean, I have high engineering and high computers, so I mean, here's first of all, there's this weird freaking thing like on the floor in front of me. It looks like a weapon that the Covenant used in Halo. What is that thing? Looks like a needler.
It's just like a weird couple of beams. It's not anything
Doesn't mean
interesting.
anything?
No.
All right, so Heerz is going to put on a suit, and then...
Well, you're already wearing it, but yeah.
Yeah, damn it. He's going to, like, go to the computer. He's going to, like, make a mad dash for it. And he has...
So, yeah, are you going to move double your speed? Because you can't go in a straight line and run because there are all these computer consoles in front of you.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a thing
pretty
now where I
long
can
room.
go, like, 40 feet
Okay.
because of my, like, fleet or whatever. So there would be 5, 10... No, 5, then 15 because it's a diagonal. 20,
Don't
25,
worry.
30, 35, 40. Damn it. It's going to be hard to do.
Do you want a 10-foot bonus to your speed?
Yeah, I'd love that.
Or do
Can I
you
stack
want a
that?
+2 on skill check?
If you give me the speed bonus, I think I can get there.
I think, yeah.
You have to
I
wait
can
your
do that
turn.
next turn.
Yeah. If you wait 6 seconds.
Yeah.
35, 40.
You can make it to right in front of the panel.
Can I use it then?
Yeah. Like, double move?
Yeah, but he would use it on the next turn, is what you're saying.
Well, no, you can move once and then move again as your standard action, right? Because what's your standard movement speed?
But then you can't do anything else.
You
is what you're
can't do
saying. So
anything
you
else,
just get
but you can get right in front of the
and
panel.
then your next turn you can start operating the computer.
But it's just a regular move action for me.
You have 40 feet of movement?
Oh, you have 40 feet of movement?
Yeah, because I have like a
Okay.
special ability.
Yeah, okay, then
'Cause you're
you
above
run in.
person.
Okay, so here's like gets right in front of the computer and he's going to attempt to shut it down.
Okay. Give me... So as you run up, you notice that the light from this computer is illuminating this whole board, this whole console in front of you. And there seems to be one, like, control panel, one section of it that's, like, blinking. Clearly, it's indicating some sort of failure alarm that is saying that, you know, this gas is coming in. And you're like, that's probably... I'm just going to take a guess. It's probably the one that I'm going to need. Give me an engineering check, because
Okay.
that's the panel that you're going to want to try and, like, grab the computer and then, like, change it and...
I would use a... If you had the opportunity to try twice.
Well, I did roll a 26.
Oh, never
Engineering.
mind.
You roll a 26 in engineering.
Yes.
Okay. As you do that, you're like smashing on it. You're like Hackerman it, and this whole time, yeah, I can picture you running. You're like, and because you succeeded by 5 or more, just as you're like, and I would make you roll to take damage. You press something, and you hear like.
You just hit enter and it was good to go.
That's all you needed to do was hit enter.
It was just a yes.
It was
no
a
modal.
screensaver that was on.
The screensaver
It
was on,
just-
and you just had to log back in. That was it. So as you do that shh in the air, and you catch your breath, and you feel like that caustic, acidic air is gone.
Are we out of initiative?
You're out of initiative
Is it my
order.
turn yet? Jeez.
Here's what do you say as you do that? Like, what's the next step?
I freaking got it! And then just like
Okay.
jumps for joy.
Dr. OK starts to walk in, but here's the thing, as you were so focused on trying to get to that panel, you were like running, just the room is like barely I definitely think it's dim light unless you're standing within the 5 feet that are right around the console panel. And so you can't see a lot of what's going on around you, but there's rubble, there are beams, you hear all these things around you, you're trying to catch your breath, not breathe acid.
Can Rick get his turn?
Well, we're out of initiative.
I think I
What
triggered
the
something.
crap?
Some mob.
Because one, I see
You had
dim
6
light
seconds.
as normal light.
You do.
He did have 6 seconds, like, simultaneously. So
Oh,
You had, but I'm going to say that in that time, that whatever you were going to do, you did make
I was
it
just going to
over, you
roll
turned it off.
perception.
That's fine. Well, because here's the thing.
I mean, I have dark vision too.
Here's his blind sense.
Here's
Yeah.
you
You
are
find
standing
something.
there. You're like, yes, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
And then you look to your left and you see something. You just barely make it out in the light. And then you look to your right and you see something. And then you kind of look behind you and you see something. And as you turn back around, you're like, wait a minute. There are 3 small bodies slumped over onto the console on the squares right on each side of you. And that's our game.
Oh no.
Rick opens fire.
I've seen too many dead bodies.
They're like zombies or
It's gonna
something?
be zombies.
I hate zombies.
This
Zombie
acid was
zones.
keeping them at bay. Maybe. I
Oh,
don't
maybe
know.
someone shut down the place and intentionally destroyed it to prevent them from getting out.
Hey guys, Nico Orion here. That felt good to take my anger out on those robots. What's it gonna take to get a straight answer out of anything that I've seen? If this were my boardroom, someone would have been fired, blacklisted from ever being hired ever again anywhere, and I would have gone ballistic on somebody. It's in times like this where I have to remind myself of what my mentors in Tuco always told me. Nothing matters but the truth. If I could only take my ego out of things, maybe I'd be able to see clearly, but here's to hoping. Until then, Nico Orion, signing off.